Hey guys, welcome back. It is winter up here in the north and it is freezing in my attic. I probably should have thought that through before building a little recording space up here, but that's alright. Today I've got a cool After Effects tutorial which I'm going to show you guys, and we're going to be creating a motion background that comes at the request of Nevin Art. If you want to learn more about him, you can check out his channel here and check out some of the cool stuff that they've been up to. But before we get into the After Effects tutorial we're going to look at tonight, I want to show you guys a brand new free motion background that I'm going to be posting hopefully tonight, possibly tomorrow night. Take a look at this. It's called Rising Slowly. Comes with a custom particle system, a unique background, some cool colors, and it loops seamlessly. So be sure to check out motionbackgrounds.co/free, and you guys should be able to download that tonight or at the latest tomorrow. Also, if you guys like cool After Effects plugins, you might want to check out creationeffects.com. I was recently selected as their winner of the week and got to download a free plugin, which was pretty cool. I chose the network plugin, downloaded it, and it gave you some really cool options for creating some points and lines and being able to create some really unique backgrounds. So be sure to check them out. They're over there at creationeffects.com, and they've got some really creative backgrounds here and plugins that you can use for After Effects. So be sure to check them out, like a typewriter one here, custom 3D wedding album, custom 3D Bible, flip books. And then down here is where they've got the plugins down here for $15. The network one is the one I did. Alright, so you can check them out if you want more information on Creation Effects. Alright guys, it's After Effects time, so let's jump over into After Effects. Alright, so here's the background that we're going to be creating today. It's a purple background with some diamonds that kind of float around with some smoke haze in the background there. And we're going to go ahead and generate this. This does require the plugin from Red Giant, Trapcode Particular. So if you have that, that's great. And if not, hopefully you can still have some fun looking at this tutorial. And I'll also make this background free as well on the website, so be sure to check that out later. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so we're over in After Effects, and the first thing that we're going to want to do is go to Composition, New Composition. Alright, so now that we've got our new composition, let's go ahead and make it 1920 by 1080, 30 frames a second, and we can make it 36 seconds, and check the background to black is fine, but it could be any color. And then click OK. So we've got our new composition here called Comp 3. So now that we're in the composition, go ahead and right click and create a new solid and label this background. With the layer selected, go to Effects, Generate, Gradient Ramp. Alright, for the bottom color, let's choose a purplish color. So I have 00122A. And then for the top color, let's choose a lighter color. So let's go 03477B. And that looks pretty nice. And the last thing we're going to want to do is change the ramp shape to radial, increase the scattering, and then let's move these points down and shift them over just a little bit. So the next thing we're going to want to do is create a new layer. So go to Layer, New, Solid, and let's make it red, and we'll call this just Red Layer. And we're going to do a mask around this. So go ahead and grab the pen tool, and then put just a couple of dots around here. Okay, that looks good. Go down to the options here, mask, and let's go ahead and feather this out a good bit. That looks pretty good. I might just adjust this point just a little bit more and kind of bring that out there. And then we'll center that up just a little bit. Okay, so now that we have the background, let's go ahead and start working on the smoke. Go ahead and go to Layer, New Solid, and let's make this black, and let's label this Smoke. Go to Effects, go to Noise and Grain, and then type in Fractal Noise. It's up there on the top there. If you go to Effects, you can go to Noise and Grain, Fractal Noise, or you can just type it in over here, Fractal Noise. The first thing that we're going to want to do is go to Transform and set the scale to 375. Let's go down to the Evolution and set a keyframe, and then go to the end of your comp and select 12 as your interval. And what this does, it'll just animate the background to where it fades slowly in and out. Let's increase the complexity to 15. And that'll add just a little bit more detail to it. And let's lower the opacity to 7. So if you go down to transform, opacity, and put it down to 7. Okay, now that we got the smoke to animate, what we want to do is we want the smoke to travel upward. We can quickly do that by setting a keyframe here at the offset turbulence. Go to the end of your comp and select this number and change it to -3500. What that'll do is it'll set the smoke to rise up. Alright, now that we got the smoke, let's go ahead and create the particle layer now. So let's go ahead and right click and create a new solid, and let's label this particles. Go to Effects, Trapcode, Particular. The first thing we're going to want to do is offset the layer. So drag it back a little bit and then extend the layer out. That way we can see the particles no matter where we are in the layer. Alright, let's go to Emitter and let's set the velocity at 65. Go down to Particle and select Life and let's go to 50 seconds. That'll expand them out nicely. Let's go down to Sphere and change that to 10. Next, let's go down to Opacity over Life, and let's select the hill, and change the opacity random to 100. Alright, that's looking pretty good, but it doesn't quite look like diamonds yet. So let's tackle that part next. For this, what we're going to want to do is import a diamond PNG, which I already have here. So let's drag this out into the comp, and let's drag this layer down below the rest and hide it. Now with the particle layer selected, let's go back to our effects and then go to particle type. Change this from a sphere to a sprite. From there, go down to texture and then select the layer diamond PNG. And it'll give you like these little error messages. Just click OK. Increase the particle size to 15. Let's also reduce the particles to 15. So we'll go back up here to particles per second and lower that to 15. We're going to want to increase the size random to 100. So we'll drag this slider out here. And that's starting to look really nice, but we want them to rotate. So what we'll do is go down to World Transform, set a keyframe on the Y-axis. Make sure your playhead's all the way at the beginning here. Set a keyframe on the Y-axis. Go to the end of the layer, and let's change the value just to 1 time because we want 1 revolution, so that's 360 degrees. So now they'll rotate like so. The final thing we're going to want to do is change the transfer mode to overlay, and then let's duplicate that layer 1 time. And there you have it. There is your motion background with smoke and particles. If you're looking for a more in-depth tutorial on how to create smoke, check out Visionary Fire, and you can check out his stuff here. And he does a really good job at showing you how to create smoke using Trapcode Particular there. And it just lays it out nicely, so hopefully that'll give you a better idea of how to create smoke that looks a little more realistic. Finally, if you want to see how other people are using motion backgrounds, check out Seconds Out Productions. And they recently sent me a link to one of their motion backgrounds. You can check it out. I'll put the link in the description, but they did a good job with that. If you guys have got any motion backgrounds that you've downloaded from my site that you think would look cool in your videos, send me links to those. I'd love to feature them in the next episode. Alright guys, that about does it for us. If you liked what you saw in this tutorial, feel free to comment, hit the like button, and please hit the subscribe button as I've got a lot more content I'd love to put out there. If you want to check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/motionbackgrounds. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.